Hey everybody, welcome to Life at Sunny. Yeah. Hey everybody, welcome to Life at Sunny Lea with Kathy. And it has been one of those weeks, really one of those weeks that I don't want to repeat. You realize that last week or the week before I told you I had upgraded the security system, and I'm glad we did. We had 2 incidents since I've done that has made me very grateful for upgrading. And I also realized I'm upgrading some more. So in the past 2 weeks, we've had 2 incidents that have occurred in the area, and I'll tell you those after we talked about some safety ideals and rules that we really should be observing. I guess they're hints. One of the things is that no matter what you're doing, always make sure your doors and windows are locked. If you're home or if you're away, make sure that they are locked, because a person that is desperate or on the run or anything will not ring your doorbell. They will just open the door and try to come in. So make sure your doors are locked at all times. The type of lock is important. Don't rely on those little chains that go in front, go hook onto the door, and you can open the door a little bit, see who's in there. Don't rely on those. One swift kick and those are gone. They are mainly used to keep toddlers from falling down the steps or from going out the door. And that only works until they learn how to get on chairs and get up there to turn them, to unhook them. So they're really not worth much. Also, if you have a lock, make sure it's a deadbolt lock. Don't get one that just has a little, I don't know what you call it. You need a deadbolt lock. You need one that you can't use a credit card or something to slide in and make the lock go back. So you need a deadbolt lock. Do not use the screws that come with that lock, because they are so small that another swift kick will just bust out the screws and they'll come out. Believe me, I've seen that happen. I know what it's like to walk in a door and find the deadbolt sitting on the middle of the floor because you used 2 small screws. So get long screws that go into the frame of the house, and that way you're more protected. Another thing, if your doors has a window, make sure that the lock that you use is key entry on both going in and out. It means you need a key to open it from the outside, you need a key to open it from the inside. The reason I'm saying that is because if it's got a window above the lock, all they have to do is break the window, stick their hand in, turn the lock, and they're inside. So you want a safety lock. The doors themselves, you need to really have a good solid metal door. Preferably with if you want a window, make sure it's a small window that they can't get through. Better yet, go ahead and get a security door. They have the bars on them, they have the glass, so you can change into screen. They are locked with key from both inside and outside, and that way if somebody cuts the screen and tries to stick their hand in, they won't be able to get to unlock the door. So you're protected that way. Your windows should always be locked. If you have the type that go up and down, what my dad did was he drilled a little hole about maybe halfway up, depends upon the size of the window, and inserted a nail just a little bit so that it was out, and that way the window, when they tried to raise it, would only raise up to that nail and they couldn't get any farther. And if you wanted to raise the window all the way up, you just removed the nail and you raised it up. It's not the perfect solution, but it helps if you have to have a window open. Also, if you have to have the window open, don't leave them open at night. Don't leave them open during the day when you're not home. And if you open them during the day, make sure that you are alert and paying attention, and not leaving it unoccupied. So those are the main things there. Let's see. Be alert to your surroundings when you go out. Make sure you know what's going on. Make sure you know the people in your neighborhood, the normal cars and what they drive, and be on the alert for any strangers that happen to come by. If a person approaches your house and you don't know them, do not leave them in. If they're a service company that you're expecting, ask them where they're from, and usually their van or something has their logo on it, and you can check just by looking out the window. Ask for IDs if you're uncertain at all. And if you did not call anybody, then do not answer the door at all. Call the company and find out why these people are there. Another thing is, if you have windows, do not keep anything valuable in front of the windows when the blinds are open, so somebody can look in and say, oh, they've got this, I want that. So keep your valuables away from open windows. And as far as your windows are concerned, make them harder to get into. On the outside, the landscaping, keep your landscaping trimmed nicely so no one can hide behind it. But underneath your windows and stuff, you might want to plant a rose bush or some thorny bush, or put something like a fish pond, something that's going to make it harder for the person to get to the window. And then on the inside, you can put things on the windowsill. I like the Venetian blinds. I really don't like blinds, but I like them for one purpose. They make a lot of noise. When our dog was still alive and she got into the blinds, we knew immediately she was in the blinds because you heard them making all this racket. Blinds are something that makes racket, and that cues you in that someone's trying to get in. Also, curtains. Pull your curtains at night, pull your blinds at night. Anything so that people don't really know what you're doing, which room you're in. So you want to protect yourself that way. Empty your mailbox daily. Don't let the mail pile up. If you have something that's off key, that's just not right, call your neighbors. Make sure they know that there's somebody in the neighborhood that's not supposed to be there, or they're sneaking around, trying car doors or something like that. Let your neighbors know if they need to be on the alert also. Don't make your house an easy target. Have radios going when you're gone. Have some lights on timers so they come on and off. Get a security system of some sort. There's all kinds of them out there. I'm not going to say one's better than the other. Some of them are more expensive, some of them are cheaper. Go with what you can afford, and make sure you have cameras on the outside, especially by your door, so you can see who's coming in and out. If you don't have a camera, at least invest in a peephole, one of those wide lens peephole things, so you can see who's on the outside of the door. Do not open the door unless you know who it is. But security cameras are great. Motion detectors inside the building, smoke alarms, carbon dioxide alarms, all these alarms you need for your safety. You shouldn't ever store any extra spare keys outside, especially not underneath the mat or something. If you have to have a spare key, give it to your neighbor and let them, you can go over there and get it if you need it. But just don't hide one outside. See what else. I got notes here. Keep your grass cut so it looks like they're home. You should have lights at the entrance of your house so that you can turn them on when you leave, and you can turn them on if you hear something outside. You should have plenty of lights outside that you can just light up everything so you can see around. Make sure there's nobody close to the house. Some of the security systems even have automatic lights that come on when they're triggered with motion. They come on. So motion lights are great. You can get solar ones that work very, very well, and they can be motion lights. Lock up all your ladders and tools or anything that can be used to break into your house. Lock those up. Because a lot of people on the second floor, you can usually leave the windows open at night when you're asleep, as long as you have your ladders locked up. You don't want them to be able to, oh, there's a ladder here, we'll just move it in front of this window and we'll climb up there and, we'll be inside. So keep your ladders and tools locked up. Never leave a note on your door saying that you're gone and when you'll be back. Use the last name only on your mailboxes. And I think that's about all the things I can think of right now that you should do to help keep your house and you safe. Learn how to defend yourself. If you have if you have any firepower that needs to be used, make sure you get the training and know how to use them. Keep them locked up when they're not in use, and be safe with them. So that is my safety hints for everybody. I hope you do stay safe. Last Sunday we did skip church. We met our oldest son and had lunch with him, and he told us he was Employee of the Month, which made us all feel good. Monday we went to the gym, and let's see what else. Oh, I took care of worming the one little cat that needed to be wormed, little gray. Wormed her. I need to worm the rest of them, but she needed it more than any of them. Tuesday was the problem day. Of course, we had a problem day earlier. Earlier in the week, a convict inmate had escaped, walked off the work duty in our county. So our county was kind of a lockdown, a higher alert. It turned into a statewide manhunt. But the police did find him. And on Tuesday, we had a more local problem where a lady had gotten stuck, and she was so cold, and she was a problem. And police finally did find her. The kids did not know where she was at, but the police did finally find her and get her the help that she needed. But that is what triggered me to realize that, yeah, I'm glad I have the safety security system in place, and also allowed me to realize that I needed to get some other ones, because I did have a few blind spots I did not realize until we started checking cameras looking for these people that might be around. So we ordered them, and they should be here tomorrow. And we'll have those up, and we will have no blind spots anymore. We'll be able to see everything, which is great. Wednesday went back to the gym, and I finally got around to putting down the preem on the gardens that I had weeded. I still have not got the bird garden or the bee garden weeded, but I did not put prime on those two gardens. I did on the other flower gardens, except for around the fish. You cannot use it around fish. So I had to only go halfway up on that garden. I couldn't go all the way. So I got that done. Got the roses in the bird garden pruned back. They were already starting to bud out nicely. Thursday and Friday. Friday I didn't go to the gym. He did, but I didn't, because Thursday and Friday I spent the whole day potting up the tomatoes and the peppers. And believe me, that took all day. There was over 100 of them all together to pot up. So that took a while. And I did start hardening off some of my other cool weather plants I need to get out and get into the ground. So I've got those hardening off. Should be able to plant those this week outside in the main garden. And on Saturday I started working on the outdoor catico. Did not get it completed. It's going to take a while. Was a little disappointed. One of the braces that was supposed to come with it was not there. So I called Amazon to see what I could, if I could get a replacement. They told me that the item was no longer available, could not get a replacement for it, and the only thing they could offer me was to get a complete refund if I mailed it back. Now we're talking about a calico, an outdoor calico. This is over 100 pounds, and the box was damaged a little bit when it came. And I should have taken everything out, but it was February, and it was cold, and we just put the box in the garage, and so we'd deal with it when it got warmer. It's warmer, we were dealing with it, brace is missing. So there's no way, it was past the time for refunds, free refunds, so I would have had to pay to send it back. So and my other option was take 10% refund. So I decided I'd take the 10% refund, and now we have to come up with a brace for the one corner. So I think we can do it. I mean, I have no problem with that. There's just one little problem, and that's the way it screws in. I may have to change that. Anyway, we've been working on that on Saturday. He has been out there leveling a spot for it. And on Saturday night, we went to the church, the Salt and Light group that we're a part of, and the Attic, which is the youth group. We're having a combined fun game night. So we went there, ate a lot of pizza, talked to some friends, and played a couple of games, and we left because he wanted to get to Home Depot to pick up some parts for the other house to work on it. So that is what we've been up to. And there was a frog in this video, 2 of them in fact, so if you found it, let me know. Remember, like, share, subscribe, and dream big, follow that dream, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye everybody.